Kiwanis Let's Talk evening. This is week 4, Chandler Maglish. He is a magician who we come to know in the Michigan District of Kiwanis a little over a year ago, I think, Chandler.
Yeah.
We got started. He's going to do a little magic for us this evening, and he actually has a program that he will help promote with you, that there's some opportunities for you to potentially raise some funds for your club and help get, once stay at home is over, to kind of get us back up on our feet. So we are recording tonight. If you got kids in the house, this is kid friendly. Bring them along. And I will turn everything over. I'm going to mute myself and stop my video, and Chandler's going to take over. So welcome, Chandler.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate the nice introduction. That was great. Okay, so we have some people here. Okay, I realize it's unprofessional to chew gum while you're talking to people, so I'm going to try to fix that. Just stretch it into a regular, brand new piece. If that's not cool enough, I'm going to try to change it right into a brand new pack. I'm going to imagine all of you were freaking out at home. Great. Okay. Now that we're past that, I'm going to get started here talking about who I am. So I'm going to let you guys see a little bit of behind the scenes here. Let's go. Yes. Okay. So this is a video of me when I was 5 or 6 years old in kindergarten. This is where it all started for me. Okay. I'll play just a little bit of it. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Right here, this is the moment where I knew I wanted to be a magician. Wait for it, wait for it. Right there, right there. That face was the one that did it. It was just me, and I was so excited, and everyone was like, yeah, wow, that was great. So that turned me on to doing magic for forever. So that's where I'm at in life. But after I did that, you know, there was a few years obviously where it was like wishy-washy. I was doing magic here and there. And then finally I got up in the high school area and I started doing magic, like full time. I was doing it at parties, you know, just any type of gig that would hire me, I was doing it. And then finally I started doing theater shows that you can see in the top left there. I did some fairs and festivals in the bottom there. And I even did weddings. Yes, I tried weddings and I did a few of those, which they were kind of fun. And then I also do like business type events, like for their corporate parties and anything like that. I see, okay, I thought I had a notification for something. But yes, so that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been up to. And then I evolved into trying to do magic for celebrities, which is a cool time in life. I snuck into concerts and went backstage and tried to meet whoever I could. And so I ended up meeting Andy Grammer, Big Sean, Snoop Dogg. I'm hoping some of you guys know some of them. Andy Grammer was like he used to do country. Now he does like more pop stuff. And then Big Sean and Snoop Dogg, rappers. And I've done magic for a few other celebrities, but those are some of my favorites. And let's see, what else have I been up to? Okay, so I've got notes here, but I rarely stick to my notes, just so you guys know. Let's see. So 2 years ago, well, for a lot of my life where I was in between doing magic and not doing magic, I was thinking how I could use this for good causes. Because I have a few family members that have some special needs and things like that, and so I always wanted to help them out in some way. And 2 years ago, I met a couple of great magicians that were very pleased to hear my story and all this, and they took me under their wing and mentored me into figuring out how we could make this a program for fundraisers to use for nonprofit organizations like you guys. And so I will get into the program a little bit later. First, we're gonna do some magic and talk a little bit more about just random stuff. So let's see. Oh, the most recent thing that I've been doing is getting really into social media and doing magic online. And so over the past 2 months here, I've accumulated over 100,000 followers, which was really exciting for me because that was my goal for the whole year. So I'm super stoked about that and just really excited. So yeah, that's me. This is me. I know I don't have like a ton of time with you guys, and I don't know how long this is gonna go, so we're just gonna roll through it, okay? Cool. Questions at the end, right? Okay, so I want to know what you guys are up to during quarantine. So I know many of us had to cancel different events, maybe for your clubs or maybe just in your personal life, you know, concerts that you're going to go to or something like that. I personally had to cancel a few shows, which was very sad. A few of them were fundraisers, so bummer. But we're trying to work on some dates that will work in the future. We're not sure when yet, but we're working on reorganizing that. Let's see. You know, recently I've been thinking about like the here and now, right? I'm sure you guys have too, to where we aren't thinking big picture like long term. We're thinking more like what's going to happen tomorrow, obviously, because we don't know. This is such an uncertain time. So we are all just wondering what's happening, right? And today I think I saw something that said that we might be in quarantine a little bit longer, like another month. I'm not sure where it was on Facebook somewhere, but I'm not excited for that. I wish this whole thing would just end, and I'm sure you guys do too. But I want to know if you guys have anything planned for after quarantine for your communities. Being Kiwanis clubs, you guys are big with the kids and the whole community here, and so I'm curious to know if anybody actually has any plans to kind of spur, spike up the whole emotion and everything in the town after this is all done, because theaters and I mean going to like the movie theaters and out to eat and things are going to become the norm again, but we don't know when, right? We're not sure if it'll be like a month after, 2 months after, 3 months after. We're just not sure, which is kind of weird. What used to be our normal life is like gone. It's a very odd 2 months here, but we will all get through it, right? So my thoughts are, with this magic show program that I have for you guys, we can introduce something fun and exciting for the whole community to get together and do once this is all over. Now, I'm trying to gear my thoughts more towards the beginning of next year-ish, depending on when this is all done. But that's the typical timeline for me right now, to where I'm thinking of doing more live shows, right? If that makes sense to you guys. That's when a lot of more concerts are starting to happen as well. So that's the idea. So the basics of the fundraiser program is I bring a show to your town, and it helps both of us raise money. And lastly, no cost out of your pocket or your profits. How does that sound? Great, good. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in detail in just a little bit. We're going to take a break from me talking, and we're going to do a magic trick. So I hope there's some kids here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Oops, nope, not it. Cancel. Okay. So I'm hoping there's some kids here. We're going to try this. Let's see. We're going to take a coloring book. And it's just a regular coloring book, right? It's got some cool pages here with, some magical images. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and take my crayons. I'm going to try not to leave the frame too much. I know it's hard to do on here. We're going to take the crayons just like this, and we're going to push them into the book, just like that. Now, it may not have looked like anything happened, but it actually did, because all of the pages are now colored, even inside the lines. What? Pretty cool. I'm just going to imagine everyone's thinking that was amazing, right?
We're getting lots of claps online.
Awesome, great. Okay, that's perfect. Now here, there's a little bunny here. He doesn't look too happy. I don't know if you can see him exactly, but if you press his little nose, you can actually get it to reset, so the colors are actually gone, and then oh wait, it actually factory resets to just blank pages. Then you can fill them in yourself, or you can just give it a little wiggle and shake like this, and I think, yeah, just like that, you can get it back to regular, and then you're free to color. So that's one of my favorite magic tricks that I actually teach that to people and things, so the kids can learn and become magicians themselves. So that one I'm super excited for. Now, wait, I think I am full screen, right? I believe so. I'm gonna switch it back to the not full screen. Let's see, boom, boom, and more information. Play information. So the reason why I do the fundraiser program in the first place is because of this night, actually. That actually geared me into the whole situation. But before that, I mentioned I had friends and relatives that have special needs, and I've been super adamant about trying to help them and figure out how I could do it. And then I realized once the Boys and Girls Club near me, whenever I was growing up, they reached out and asked me if I wanted to help out and like help out at their big steak and burger dinner. And I thought, sure, I guess so. I don't know. And I was like, it's a gig, but then it was a free gig, and I was like, yeah, I'll donate some time. Why not? You know, Boys and Girls Club, great. So I did it, and it was amazing. I got to teach. What was it? It was 3 people. It was 4 at the beginning, and then one of them just couldn't do it, so they dropped out. But there was 3 amazing kids that I taught how to do magic, and we all got up in front of all the business donors and everything, and did it on stage together. We did 3 magic tricks. It was crazy, and they loved it. And this kid was a star. But we just had the best time. And so this night was actually the night that changed everything and made me want to really focus in on the fundraisers. Let's see. Notes, right? Okay, so let's see. So I choose to work with the Kiwanis clubs and the Boys and Girls clubs and YMCA's even because of the focus of the kids, which I think is the main reason that this program works for clubs like yours, because the whole focus is on the kids, right? The kids come to the show, they can be part of the show. Now, not only they're part of the show, but obviously you can see some of the adults are getting in on it too. Let's see if I got another image. There we go. Okay. So this is another reason why I really love doing this. Like, there's so many happy faces after the show. I just stick around and I just hang out and talk to people about the show. They all love it. You know, it's great. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But my background with the Kiwanis clubs. Now that's a story about a year and a half ago, I think, is whenever I started really looking into the Kiwanis clubs. I hadn't known anything about you guys beforehand, and obviously I did the Boys and Girls Club before that, but the Kiwanis clubs I had no idea about. I'm 23 now, and I didn't know about you guys until I was 21. That's crazy. So my mission in my fundraising programs for you guys, whenever I do shows with you guys, is to get your word out there, to really spread the name of Kiwanis, because you guys do amazing work, and you guys need to be recognized for that so people can get more involved in it, right? So that's the main reason that I'm working with you guys, because I really believe in your mission and helping the kids in the community. I think it's great. Let's see. Hope I didn't get too lost in my notes. I just started rambling forever. Let's see. Okay. So I also attended the international convention last year because I spoke with a few international people in the headquarters here in Indy. I'm from Indianapolis, if I didn't mention that. But I had spoken with a few of them, and they said that the international convention and the district conventions were great places to meet you guys and possibly spread my information to you so we can, you know, push the program out there. And so I said, okay, let's do it. And so I went to the international and a few district conventions around me, and I had a great time. You guys are just awesome people to be around. You guys were really welcoming and inviting, and it was just really fun. So I did some magic at these things, obviously, and we talked about the program, and yeah, it was great. And now I'm partnered with the Michigan district, so I'm on their website. They have me on there. So that's cool. Yeah, so I think that's enough background. I'm going to take a break from talking again and show you some magic tricks. Is that cool? I'm going to imagine everyone said yes. That's awesome.
They did. And we do have some questions. Or actually, Greg would like you to show him the trick with the coloring book because he got an unsatisfactory in kindergarten because I guess he didn't color between the lines.
Oh, I got you. So you want to see it again?
So you might want to see it again.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see if I got some more. Okay, got it. I'm ready. Okay. So we're gonna take the coloring book one more time.
Here you go, Greg. Watch.
Is take your crayons. Okay. Take your crayons. Oh wait. You gotta show that it's actually just regular pages, right? So they're not already colored. Otherwise, that would be the worst trick ever. So you take your crayons and you put them in the box, and all you have to do is just shake down onto the book, just like that. And you can get all of the pages colored inside of the lines, just like that. I don't know if you can see exactly. You probably can, right? Inside the lines. Amazing. Okay, was there any other questions real quick that I can answer like super fast?
We do have one gentleman on here that Brad said his grandfather was a magician on the vaudeville circuit with Harry
Oh,
Houdini,
awesome. Wow.
and his
That's
brother still
crazy.
uses some of his older tricks. So we're getting lots of wows. We're getting some absolutely's. Kids at heart.
Wow. That's
So
great. Awesome. If you have kids at home, you can show them this video later or right now. Okay, we're gonna do a few more tricks and then we'll start talking about the program so you guys can realize what that is and understand it if you haven't heard it before. Okay, great. So we're gonna take this deck of cards here, and usually this is like a mind reading trick. So I would usually say, think of a card, and then I would show that it's boom, the 4 of clubs, and the crowd would go wild. But unfortunately, there's not a ton of people here that are live with me, so I just did that myself. But we're going to try something to impress you guys just a little bit more. We're going to take the box right here, just like this. We shove the cards in, we snap. We can make all of the cards disappear completely. They're really gone. Magic! Yay! Obviously, except for the 4 of clubs, because I left that out on accident. Oops. Oh, I want to show you guys one of my favorite tricks, okay? This one is how magicians get Skittles. You guys know the candy Skittles, right? Okay, here's what we're gonna, here's what we're gonna try. We're gonna try to take a dollar bill, like you would put into like a, a machine and get Skittles to fall down, right? I don't need the machine. All I need is a dollar and to change it just like that into a full pack of Skittles. Magic!
applause, applause.
Nice. You guys are too kind, too kind. Okay, we're gonna get back into the focus of the whole talk, which is the program. Let me see, I'm gonna talk about it for just a quick second. So the goal for the program from my end is I wanna be able to do the fundraiser programs, like that's what I wanna do. Like, so I used to do corporate events, school shows, theaters, just anything that I'd really do was fun. It was exciting. And, I obviously had it as a job, so it was great. But I want to do these fundraisers more and more to take over the whole business side of it, I guess. I'd rather do these because they're much more family oriented and they're just more fun to me. And it helps you guys, helps me. It helps everybody, really. Everybody that shows up has a great time. So, I mean, why not? So that's what I'm really focusing in on after this is all over, the whole quarantine session here. So we'll see. But there are 2 seasons that I've actually been focusing on for these fundraiser events. So if you guys are ever interested, I've been focusing in on through February through May, which is like one tour session for me. And then the other is September through November. And the February through May, I can fit more than the other one, obviously, it's an extra month, but that's the sweet spot right between Christmas break and the end of school for the school year, right? So that's why I put that in there, because it's great to partner up with schools and use their auditorium as an actual theater for the event. And the September through November is great because it's right before Christmas break, and it's obviously after August when school usually starts for people. So just so you guys are aware of that, that's my 2 dedicated tours for that. Okay, so the program details. I'm gonna screen share with you guys. I hope you guys can tell like how passionate and excited I am to talk about this stuff, because I know that there's people that get on sometimes and talk about things that they're not super passionate about, and you can just tell. But I hope you guys can tell that I'm super passionate about this. So yeah. Okay, so not that one.
So we have a couple applause, bravo, cheer, cheer, whistle. Put your hands together for Chandler. Great job.
Wow, thank you guys. You guys are the best. See, I told you guys, Kiwanis is the best. Okay, so the quick overview. So $0 comes out of your club's pocket for this fundraiser program that I put on. Everyone wins. So it's also actually very easy. The potential profit is a few $1,000s for your club. And I mean, what more could you want? to get the benefit from it and bring the whole community together and have a great time. So I'm going to get into it a little deeper. Oh, yes, I also print all the promo materials. So none of the cost really comes out of you guys' pocket at all, unless like the school wanted to charge you guys for the auditorium or theater or something for like the night. I've had that happen before, but just about everything else I take care of. Like the promo materials, I spend about $300 out of my pocket up front to pay for all that and ship it out to you guys so you guys can distribute it through the town and, you know, kind of sell the show. So yes, these are the, so on the left side here, I think it's on the left side for you guys too. That's the poster and flyer that I've been designing for the past, you know, couple months here. For the last show, that was actually that one right there, right before quarantine. So that was the YMCA. I don't know, I guess I could have used a Kiwanis one, but my hard drive. So I've got YMCA for you guys. So as you can see there, ticket sales, I usually let you guys choose the ticket price for the show because you guys know your town better than I do, unless you're in my town. But that's more of like the average kind of ticket price for a smaller town, and then, you know, go up $5 or $10 per ticket for a much larger town. But you guys obviously know your town better than I do. So I also do give you a free website to kind of sell tickets from, and then you get to obtain their email and phone number, I believe, from the ticket sale page. So once they buy tickets, you guys have their email that you guys can, you know, push out and start using as your Kiwanis Rolodex type of thing. And let's see, those are the tickets on the right side. Boom. So actually, I have. Oh no, I dropped it. I have a ticket right here with me. This one is actually for one of the Kiwanis clubs. Nice. I'll probably show this again whenever I got the big screen. But that's the front and back of the ticket. Let's see, am I missing anything on here? I don't think so. Oh, you guys also keep 100% of the ticket proceeds. So the way that you guys make your money is from the ticket sales. So once I print everything, I ship it out to you, and then you guys get to keep 100% of what you sell, ticket-wise. So, you know, I don't get any of that. So that clears it up. Hey, it's there again. So I get the sponsor and donation money. So what I ask you guys to do for me so I can get paid from this, I ask you guys to go out and obtain sponsors and donations, which would in return get advertisement on the posters and programs that I print. So the programs I print and send off to you guys about a week before the show, and everything else comes like way beforehand, like a month or two in advance, depending when we book the show. And the ticket is the only thing that could possibly get an extra incentive on it. So if you guys were to find like a very large sponsor, then you guys could put their name on the back or something. Right now on this one, there wasn't a large sponsor right away, so we just put my logo and stuff. But I've worked with a few other people and a few other clubs, and we put their logo and mine on the back just to kind of like put it together, and yay, we're working together. So that's what happened with that. So the posters, I actually have a flyer right here as well, but I'll show you guys in a second. The posters, all the way up until the night of, I typically have sent out to you guys already. So the night of posters, we would hang around the building, wherever it's at, school or theater or wherever, and we would have all the businesses on there as well. So they would get sponsors and donations to put on there so they can see, everyone that's coming in that night can be able to see who helped out and made this possible. There's no minimum for me to show up. That's a great point to make. So if you guys were thinking and worried about me showing up and not showing up, there's no minimum. I'd show up no matter what. I put on the best show I can. I've had a club raise a couple $100 before, and I still showed up. It's not the best thing in the world for me because I put out a couple $100 to begin with, but I still love doing magic and shows and seeing everybody's face smile and light up and have a great time. So still do it. Now, there is a maximum, and the maximum is $5,000. So after the maximum, you guys receive any business donations and sponsors after that. So that, because I know that some clubs can use it to be like their large, you know, yearly fundraiser. And so if they do that, then they'll obviously some clubs can make more than that, which is great for them. But there is no minimum, which is my key point for everything. Let's see, did I miss anything on this page? Bum, 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 bum. Was there any other questions real quick before I move on?
I don't see any.
Okay, awesome. So the show is about an hour long with about a 15-minute intermission right in the middle of it. So it's like half an hour, 15-minute intermission, half hour. And the reason I put the intermission in there, I used to not, and then I thought, why not? You know, we can use that as a time for the club to raise more money in drink and food sales. So whenever everybody gets up and goes to take a break, they get to walk by the concession stand and maybe get some more items to eat and drink, obviously, and raise you guys some more money. And the other reason is because, like I said earlier, when I was growing up, I had no knowledge of the Kiwanis clubs. And I feel like that's a great time for me to get reintroduced to the show. So like, they're like, and here's Chandler Maglish again. And so I walk out, but right before that, someone from your club would be up there speaking about, you know, some new projects you guys have you're working on, or, you know, talking about the information that's on the inside of the program that you guys put in there, because you want people to know when your meetings are, weekly meetings, or, you know, whatever you'd like to tell them about your club so they understand and find out more about you. Because I had no knowledge, and that blows my mind that I didn't know anything about you guys. So let's see, typical venue could be, you know, partnering with a school and getting their auditorium, or partnering with a theater that could, you know, give you a deal with food and drink costs goes to them or something, you know, just to make it a lot more cheaper and economical for you. I try to offer you those different places, and if you guys need any help figuring those out, I offer my services throughout the whole program. I'm always there for you, email or call, whatever. I'm always there to help out. So let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, look at those people having a great time. Oh, those people had a great time too. Let's see. Oh, it's great to announce to your community that all the ticket sales are 100% staying in the community. That's like a big thing. So whenever bands come to town or something, or like whenever people put on a fundraiser and they don't say that 100% of the ticket proceeds are staying in the community, people don't really notice. But whenever you say that they are staying in the community, then people are like, wow, that's really cool. So, you know, this whole thing is just awesome. So that's one key point that I found that really kind of, I don't know why it helps, but it does. People just love, you know, giving back and supporting the community, no matter what it is. So let's see. Yes, the intermission can be used as like kind of like a recruitment type. That sounds weird to say, but you know, you can obviously talk about who you are, you know, what you do, and giving your meeting times. It's a great time to kind of recruit new members, possibly to the club. We're almost done here. Oh, I understand that magic show kind of has like a weird connotation, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but a lot of people feel differently about the word magic show. So they're like, magic show, sounds like a kid's show, or magic show, just sawing lady in half. You know, they all have their own perceived notion of what the show is, and it's almost always wrong. So I try to market it as the family-friendly magic show because it is. It's everyone in the family is gonna have a great time. One of the biggest compliments that I get from just about every town that I go to, and the club members talk to me afterwards, and they're like, man, you know, the crowd tonight loved it, and they're going to go home tonight and tomorrow, and they're going to go home and talk to their friends and family about how great the show was. And those people are going to be kicking themselves that they didn't come because they thought it was this and this and this, and it really wasn't. So that's one thing that I'm trying to figure out how to you know, reach out to more people and help them understand that a magic show doesn't have to be what they think it is already, like just sawing a lady in half, pulling a bunny out of the hat. It can be awesome and exciting and fun for the whole family. Like, I mean, you can see there's like adults on stage, and adults are having fun in the audience right there. Like, you know, the kids, whenever the adults go on stage, the kids are like, oh man, this is gonna be great. My dad's on stage, you know? So those are just great moments for the whole family. And okay, I think that's pretty much all that. going to do one quick magic trick for you guys. Let's see if I have. I do. All right. Was there any questions before I?
Let's see here. I
show the
think
magic trick?
we had a question that was coming in. Let me unmute that person for you.
Go for it.
Larry, did you have a question?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, good. All right.
All right. Great. So magic trick. Solid.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys a really cool life hack. Okay. I don't know if it'll work for you. I have no promises, no guarantees. You just take a straw, and let's see. This one's a big one. I'm gonna try to show you guys. If you take the straw, you put it into the bag, just like that. You snap your fingers. You can get a pretty big straw. It's taller than me. So yeah, that's a fun life hack for you if you didn't know. They don't give these out at McDonald's anymore, so don't try. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, two quick side notes before we get into any questions that you guys might have, or anything last minute. Let's see. Oh, there's some more people. Ooh, more people having fun. Oh, that kid in the bottom left. He was real nervous, but he was super excited to meet me, and he didn't think he was going to, because I was packing up and everything on stage, and he was the sound guy's kid, and the sound guy was like, "Hey, you want to go meet him?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And so he ran up and did that, and so that's why he looks like kind of sad, but like kind of happy, excited at the same time. It was really cute. Let's see. Okay, so real quick, two side notes, very quick. The first one is so this whole quarantine session area thing that we've been doing has got me thinking a little bit about possibly doing like live shows through the screen for communities and things. Haven't decided like all the details on it yet, but if you guys are curious to know what I'm thinking, it's like a fundraiser for you guys and profit for me. So I would put on the show kind of for the whole community. You guys would sell ticket or space, like per family. And then they could join in and watch whatever the show is. And then I'm not sure exactly how much to charge or anything like that, but that's the whole idea so far. And like we would split ticket sales or whatever it would be. So that would be short term, just to keep people interested and entertained while they're in quarantine. And then the whole program is long term, so thinking like months out. So yeah, that's one quick note. And then the other one, real quick before any questions. I was at the international convention last year, and if you guys saw me at there, hi. But I was there, and I spoke to a couple of international clubs from out of the state, and they were really excited about the program. They were interested in it and everything, but they couldn't figure out how they could bring it to them and make it profitable for myself, because their economics over there or whatever it would be. To get sponsors would be too difficult for them. And so if you guys are interested in possibly working something out to where I do a show with you guys, and then you guys help get me to do that for another club out of the States, please let me know. I would be super interested to speak with you about that as well. And I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah. If you have any questions, please ask away.
Greg, you have a question for him?
Yeah, Chandler, how much lead time is needed prior to a show? In other words, if we want to do a show, say in May, how much before that should we contact you and start promoting it?
Right. So it's a great question. The lead time is typically about a month and a half, 2 months. That's where it typically is. We can do it way more than that if you want, but about a month and a half is right where the cutoff is for me to like be able to help you guys promote it enough to sell a lot of tickets so we all can profit from it and be a success.
And then what's the size of the audience that you would like is ideal for you? I mean, what's too much, or obviously we know what too little is, but
right. Yeah, so obviously the too little part is up to you guys. However much money you guys want to make from ticket sales is, and also that includes your work ethic for the program. So basically, since all of the ticket sales go into your pocket for the club, that would depend on how hard you work to sell the tickets. Like, so if you were to just create a Facebook group page and, share it around, or if you were to, kind of spread them out through the school, maybe the school would distribute them or something like that. Just depending on how much you work for that, that would determine how many ticket sales, obviously. So how many, you asked how many is too much. Now, I've performed for maybe 1,000 to 1,500 before on stage, and that was with no screens or anything. So that is super doable. So, I mean, most clubs that have done this in organizations, they've, had a couple hundred people there at the average, under 500 or so. But I mean, I've been performing for more than that. So I'd say about 1,500 is probably the max until you need screens, because my stuff isn't like huge illusions. It's more of medium, like close up, but like on stage that everybody can see. So this stuff that I've done tonight, this is just super visual for the camera stuff. I've saved all most of my stage stuff for the actual show. So.
Does anybody else have any questions for Chandler? Raise your hand and I'll turn on your mic.
Yeah, I'd love to answer anything you guys got. Super open to answering anything.
So Amy wanted to let you know that she saw you at International Convention and in Ohio at their district convention.
Oh, awesome. Great. Thank you for being here tonight.
Got some magic. Great job. Okay, they love the straw. Susan from Texas.
Oh, awesome.
Straw.
That's great.
She thought it was pretty good. So
good. Thank you.
Well, do you want to leave us with one last magic trick? You got one more you can do?
One more I can do. Real quick. Before I do that, I wanted to get out of this screen share. Real quick, since I'm on the big screen, yeah.
Yep.
Right? Okay, great. So this is what the tickets look like before I go. If you guys can see, I'm not sure how perfect this looks, but this is what they look like. Then there's a little tear off tab here. So these are actually pretty cool. Let's see. This is the program. So this is what the front of it would look like, with your logo and things. And then the inside would have businesses and your message for here, or just like a thank you for coming tonight. And this is like the big message for you guys, like meetings are Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever it would be, would go on the back. And if you guys get enough business donations to fill up the second page, I would print a double page for the programs. And then this is the cool poster. Well, I think it's cool. So yeah, let's see. I have another magic trick for you guys. Sure, I'm sure I got one.
So, and I have one question while you're looking for getting your magic trick together. Who pays for travel expenses?
Travel expenses is also on me. So I take like almost 100% of the risk here with these shows. The only thing that you guys would really be at risk for is if the show was a terrible magic show, which I have plenty of references that tell you otherwise. So yeah, basically all the monetary risk is on me because I print everything up front. And I will say that on the contract that we sign, like a little disclaimer is that if you guys cancel within 2 weeks before the show, I do ask that you guys refund the $300 to me so I can cover the cost of the printing promo materials. But anything other than that is basically on me. So
Okay.
that's the only cancellation issue thing. So magic trick. Let's see. Oh, I got one. Hold on.
As they say, doesn't a magic man always have something up his sleeve? Ha ha ha. It's the only thing I could think of.
All right. Let's see. Okay, you guys. All right, full screen, great. We're gonna take this Coke, put it into the bag. Oh, there's nothing in the bag to begin with, just so you guys know. The straw was really grown. It grew. It's like really big. So we're gonna take the Coke, put it in. And here, I'm gonna try to back up a little bit so it stays in frame. We're gonna snap just like that. Wave our hands, and it's gone. It really is gone. And I can make it come back, just like that. Pretty easy. I can see that there's some skeptics in the chat here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna snap just like this, and we're gonna make it disappear completely. Magic, it's real.
They got him.
All right. Well, yeah. If anybody has any questions at all, just feel free to let me know. Oh, can I post my my page real quick on here?
Sure. And what we'll do is we'll put your page and information. Would you do an outside show in the summer?
Outside shows are kind of tricky just because of the wind and things, knocking over props and stuff like that. But it's a possibility. I have done outside shows for fairs and festivals, so it's definitely doable if there's like guards for the stage type, you know, like curtain type guards, so the wind doesn't just blow everything over. Yes. Am I sharing this yet? I am.
Yes, you are.
Great. So that is my contact email, and that is the website that I set up for this fundraiser, like specifically for the fundraiser. So yes, Sue will hopefully be sending this information out to you if you don't get it right now, and to anybody else that wants it. Right?
That's correct. We will make it
Awesome.
the presentation available as well as your information. And Chandler said if he has a flyer he'll send to us, we'll make sure that we post that on the Michigan District website as well as on my personal website, Facebook, I should say. But we'll get that out to you all as well within the next day. So
awesome, fantastic. Oh, and last thing I do want to mention, whenever I book my shows, I try to book at least a day or two to give me enough lead time away from another show so I can travel and get there on time and things in case the weather's bad. So I do plan for that. So it's always like first come, first serve type of get your own date. But that's it.
all right. Well,
All
Chandler,
right.
we want to thank you for joining us on Kiwanis Let's Talk tonight. I will let everyone know that next week we have two young ladies, Nina and Emma, who are going to come on and present about Operation Cupcake, which is a program that they did to raise funds and are now using that program to raise funds for those organizations who are not able to raise funds right now. So they will be on with us next week. And the week after, we have a licensed professional counselor coming in, Laura Lee, from the Texas district, who will come in and talk a little bit about dealing with the emotional and mental and physical aspects of what we're all dealing with by being here at home. So we'll get those posted on the websites for everyone to see. In the meantime, again, Chandler, thanks for being with us. We appreciate you stepping on and showing us a few magic tricks. And there probably will be a few people that want you to show them how to do that straw again. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Please ask.
And
I'll do it
the
again
coloring
sometime.
book.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for having me and coming to this. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Have a
Thank
great
you, guys.
evening, everyone.